Explain to the people for information's sakes, what is a democratic socialist?
A democratic socialist is a person that believes that your tax dollars should go to house you, feed you, provide you with health care, plow your streets, pave them like that. That your tax money and your government should actually be serving people and taking care of poor and vulnerable people.
So why the fear mongering in the party and from other parties? Why do you think it's getting such a negative connotation?
Because there are examples where folks have used you know communism and socialism as tools to implement fascist regimes, right? And democratic socialism and the democratic socialists of America is not a model that comes out of China
Right.
systems that people like to compare it to. And I think that for people who did live through the Cold War and the Red Scare, like those words are still
Yeah.
scary words to them, but those are not, like, if you ever met a person who identifies themselves as a socialist, there you would not associate that with a person who is power hungry
Right.
and greedy. Like we're the antithesis of
Right.
that.
So then, because again, we throw around these terms, right? And if you are not politically astute or historically astute, what then would you say to someone that says, well, yeah, I hear socialists being referred to as communism. What is the difference for people to clearly know that I'm not a communist, but you can be a socialist? But in that fear mongering starts to break down, because again, with information there's power. So the more
Mhm.
we can just keep hearing terms, the more they just keep being regurgitated. Now again, because now people get their information on social media, now it's like, oh well, they're a communist because they're a socialist. So help the people understand what the difference is as quick as possible.
Yeah, I mean, I would just say that, socialism is a kinder, gentler form of capitalism where we're just putting our priorities
Right.
into the people. And I'll just say one last thing about this. And, for me, I believe that people use the term socialist and communist toward people like me and Zohran because they're afraid to say the other words.
Okay. Okay. All right. Let's see where you're going there. So let's get down into it. So now we have a good foundation on the two. So I always like to say, especially on the when I give the breakdown of the political state, I like to do the arms open example. So you have your far right, you have your far left.
Hmm.
Most of this country is believed to be elbow to elbow, right? You're moderate to conservative coming this way, you're moderate to conservative coming this way. I do know the stigma that democratic socialists are pegged to be far left. Is that accurate?
I think it depends on who you ask, right?
Okay.
I think like in the same way that like mainstream Democrats have individual values, right? I think that democratic socialists do too. And we spend a lot of time like internally struggling with each other
Right.
about certain things, right?